Welcome into Drums by Liz. Hi everybody, welcome into Drums by Liz. Glad you could join me for a little drumming fun. Okay, hey, what are we exploring today? Kind of a pretty funky groove here. Extra notes going on in the snare drum a little bit towards the end of the measure, and some nice flam effect stuff that I would say, okay? I sometimes was traveling up to the toms, orchestrating it a little bit differently too. But kind of zeroed in on a similar pattern most of the time there. Okay, I'll take you down through a couple different scenarios for the beginning part of each one of those four measures that we're playing, okay? Or I should say each one of the measures, the first couple beats of each measure, okay? And then we'll talk about 4-bar phrases that I was kind of playing, around within the parameters of, okay? Because, hey, as you get better, you try to tell a longer musical story, okay, right? Like at first you're just, oh, I'm happy to play a little groove and a little fill in, and you learn different levels of fills, or I should say different lengths of fills, okay? And you might play a full measure fill that takes up an entire measure, 1, 2, 3, and 4, if we're talking about 4/4 time, or maybe just a half a measure. Maybe you're going to come off on beat 3 for just a little half a measure fill, okay? And usually those are 2-bar phrases, what we're talking about. What I was playing before were 4-bar phrases, and then throwing in a little, like a little fill-in area on the 4th bar, okay? So enough blabbing about it. Let's get down into what we're playing. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a. That was the first part of what I was playing, okay? And then that got changed. The second part kind of stayed the same, okay, where we're going to be going like 3 E and a, 4 E and a, okay? Now I'm going to break that all down, and you'll be able to understand it a little bit more in detail here, okay? So let's take a look at the first beginning beat there. 1 E and a. So we've got bass on 1 and a. The E is on the snare, and we've got 8th notes, 1 and up here. So your hand is 1 E and, add your bass drum, 1 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. That was the second beat then. So 2 E and a, we're playing then beat 2. This is just the cymbal note, E, and then on the and, we're gonna add the bass drum, and then we're also gonna play the so you can have 2 bass drums. Okay, so it's then 2 E and a. So if I put just the first 2 beats together, it would sound like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Okay, and maybe just get used to that. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. And then yes, rather than maybe revolving it, I was just continuing my 8th notes to make a full 4 beats there, okay? So you can do either way, whatever's comfortable for you. All right, second part of what we're playing here now. 3 E and a, okay? If I just played 8th notes up here, let's keep it really simple. It's at the start to understand it. So 3 E and a, okay? So I'm playing 3 E and a on the snare drum there, okay? And just 8th notes here, 3 E and a, but the little trick is then to add the up here, okay? So 3 E and a, and it gives it that little extra, I call it like a little flam effect, but a little bit of a burst within what we're playing, something that sticks out slightly, okay? Catches the ear. So 3 E and a, that's your beat 3, okay? Beat 4 is just, again, back to 8th notes. So if we thought of just your hi-hat and what has to be played for the whole entire measure, 8th notes all the way through, 2 and, but then 3 and 4 and. That would be your pattern up top. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then we're adding some texture within that. 3 and 4 and. Into 3 and 4 and. Okay, that would be just your hands. Let's take a look at beat 4. 4 and 4 and. So we're again, that beat 4 is alone, and then we play E, then the and is together, okay? So right, left together, if you're 3 or 4 and, 4 and, you want to think about it like that. Then we just tag along that last bass note on the okay? So 4 and 4 and okay? And that's the 4th beat. Put the 3rd and the 4th beat together. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and it's kind of it'll feel busy to you with your hands, but that's the beauty of it. Okay. Now I was playing some different embellishments, different change ups on the snare and bass line for beats 1 and 2, but that last part that we just worked on there, that pretty much remains the same. All right, so I'll put it together now with the first part where I was playing, 4-bar phrases right off the bat using this particular pattern. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Right there, that would be the 4th measure, and we would be taking a little fill in there, okay? So get used to playing these for 3 measures and then filling on that 4th measure, okay? You're telling a little bit longer, little story musically, okay? When we think in longer phrases, not just maybe 2-bar phrases, now we're doing 4-bar phrases, okay? All right, next phrase after that first 4 bars, I was getting into some different embellishments on beat 1 and 2. Let's go down through those scenarios, okay? So another embellishment that sounds nice in this whole deal is 1 E and a 2 E and. Okay, so we switch beat 2. Beat 1 stayed the same. 1 E and a 2 E and. So it's we're playing 2 E and then and on the bass drum and just 8th notes up here. So 2 E and 2 E and then right into that kind of busy, nice little snare hi-hat combo that's going on there. Okay, so I'll play that groove now for you. Here's your fill in. Then you'd be back into that groove for 3 more measures, okay? All right, so you've got that second way that I played throughout that first little part, okay? In that, I would say, hey, try to learn those little change ups so it's not always sounding the same. Play a similar thing for the 4 bars, then jump into something a little different for the next 4 bars, okay? Maybe another little change up. 1 E and a 2 E and a, okay? So it'd be like what we just did as 2 E and, but now you're going to go 2 E and a, okay? A little bit heavier on the bass line while you keep 8th notes here. So 2 E and a, that's beat 2. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Okay, and then I accidentally went to the last one that we're going to play here. What I just played accidentally was also embellishing beat 1 a little bit more, but kept beat 2 the same as what we just changed up, okay? So now, rather than 1 E and you're waiting on the you're going to play and okay? So 1 E and 2 E and So it's kind of a little bit more commanding on the bass line here for us, okay? So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and where your fill-in spot would go, and okay, so and like I said, you entertain your thoughts around what you'd like to do with the fill-in. Okay, anything goes really. Just try to be consistent with getting back to beat 1, okay, and coming back into the 4-bar phrases that you're creating here. Okay, so I hope that is a nice little kind of cool lesson. Some nice components that take some skill, take some patience to walk through, but can sound so nice. You know, and if you can get your hands to kind of, you know, adapt to this, oh yeah, we can come up to the toms on all of that stuff, like, right? You know, so if I just took like 3 E and a 4 E and a, kind of like that, so, right? You know, so there'll be a lot of cool stuff that we can do rather than, right? You know, so I'll save that for the next time. But give you a little teaser there, okay? All right, everyone, please stop back and see me, okay? Don't be strangers, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.